Hey guys, how you doing? This is going to be a little quickie. Since the last video was so long, I know y'all like the long videos and all that kind of thing, but I'm kind of ready to get on, getting on with her and getting done and moving on, and that fun stuff. So I thought, I'm going to be. It's early here, so I'm going to be out most of the day. We have doctor's appointments, so I thought I'm going to show you a few things on stenciling the background. And I have a quote I want to use. And then I'm going to talk about a few ways. I'm going to use Angie's Antics stencils. I will put her link down below. I love these stencils. Love them, love them, love them. I'm not even going to pull out other stencils that I have right now because I've been using these like crazy. Now, I'm digging on, I love the color, all the colors behind it. It's kind of, I don't know, like psychedelic-y, kind of cool. I love the yellow around it, kind of highlights her. I love all that kind of thing. However, it needs some texture or something going on. So, I'm going to do a couple different things. I'm going to take my molding paste now, or I call it molding paste. People call it modeling paste. This says modeling paste. I don't know. I always call it the same, molding paste. However, I will put my link below to my knittingandthings.com, my post on how to make your own fiber paste, modeling paste, gesso, all that kind of thing. I just had another person, and I need to start writing names down. My life is so out of control right now that I can't even remember my own name. But she made her own. She couldn't afford, like most of us, to go out and buy the modeling paste and all that fun stuff. And so I had given her my link, and she had made her own and wrote me and said how wonderful it worked. I know tons and tons of people who have made it and use it on their own. So I hope, you can go to the dollar store and for $3 buy baby powder, white school glue, and white acrylic paint and make your own. And you can also use different color paint instead of using whites, like if you want your modeling paste. Can you shut my door? I'm recording. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were coming up yet. You can also use different colors, like if you want to mix a small batch and use orange in it because you want orange to go on here and don't want to have to paint over the whites, blah, blah, blah. I'll put the link below. It's awesome. Like I said, you go and and you might even have this stuff at home already. And now with school starting, you can go buy some white school glue. I'm a white school glue lover. I have a video on here where I use white school glue to do transfers and to do, to use as a gel medium, to do all kinds of cool things with white school glue. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can never get enough of it. I use it quite a bit. These are things I've had for quite a while, that I have to get and get done because and use them because I didn't know they could go bad, but they can. So that's why I'm using this now. If I ever do buy things, one thing I do buy is golden regular gel medium, and I only use a coupon for it when there's like a 50% off and I need it. But mostly I'll use Mod Podge or glue or whatever. And I'm done talking. You can hear my dogs in the background. I'm so sorry. But let's start. I have a really cool quote I want to use. My dog shuts up. It's like how you say? Wait, if my brain works. Okay. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the quote, and I hate when I get like that. And I'm going to do it in black marker. Now, do you need to do it in black marker? No, you can do it in whatever color you want. Obviously, you see I have more of a dark, she's not even like a dark art girl. I like to call her the odd girl. I did paint. You can see her face. I did throw another coat of the paint on there. I'm going to trace around the black around her hair, around her face with the marker, just to clean it up a bit. And, a little touch up. But the quote I'm going to put is, we all need each other. And I'm going to go in with just a pencil. And I'm just going to kind of see where I could put it. Like how it's going to go. Like we all need... Oh my God, my dog's going nuts. And then I'll go down here and do. And what I'm doing this for, and why I'm doing it in pencil, is I'll explain in a second. Each. You can open my door and let them out. I'm recording, but... Okay. All right. So that's how I'm going to do that. It's a madhouse here. It's a madhouse. 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 So I wanted to get this done, like I said. So you can see we all need each other. And I have it in pencil. And why I'm doing this is I'm going to give me an idea. It's going to give me an idea of where I'm going to write this at. Okay. I can go back and erase it as I write it. I can trace it over with whether you want to use paint or a gel pen or a black marker, or remember Sharpies rock. The Bic Markets rock. You can buy them now with school supplies. You can get them really, really cheap and really great. And you can get Sharpies and the Bics in the regular point down to like a very fine point, which I love. So there's a lot of things that you can do. So I'm going to put we all need each other. It's basically how I'm going to, so I know where we're at. Am I going to write it in this kind of font? I don't know. I might use a stencil. I don't know. But I wanted to have it mapped out. That's a good idea. So now I'm going to take some stencils. All right. So I'm going to use this one. This is called Numbers. And this is from Angie's Antics. As you can see, numbers, numbers, numbers. And I'm just going to kind of lay it. And I'm not worrying about what numbers I'm going to use. I like it. I can see through it. I can see kind of where I'm at. I'm, you know, everywhere. So let's say you don't have acrylic paint. Let's start there. You don't have acrylic paint. You're just starting out. You have some Crayola markers. You have some Sharpie markers. You have some Bic markers. You have some Tombows. You have markers, okay? Kids markers, whatever. So one thing that you can do is take one of your markers. We can see the colors here, and I want to kind of stick with those colors, but how do I explain it? How do I explain it? I want a little bit darker, but I'm going to grab my light green. Now, this is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen Big Brush in bold. Do you need to use this? No, you use whatever you got, but this is the color I'm going to use. And what I'm going to do is, obviously, I want to avoid my little girl's hair and where I'm going to write, but I'm going to go in and I'm just going to take my marker, whatever marker you have. Like I said, Crayola. I know AC Moore sells the Nicole brand stuff. There's a million different brands out there. You go to the dollar store. You could do whatever you want. And I'm just going in with my stencil. I love these number stencils. Now I'm going to kind of stay away from the parts that I know, like the hair and the words for now. I can always go back in. Now if you want to change colors, now remember underneath here, we have the Dilutions, or it could be whatever spray you make. Like I said, the one out of the food coloring. I'm going to do a video either this weekend or Monday, I'm not real sure, on how to make your own sprays. But now can you see how that came? I'm going to hold it up in a memento. Put that back. And it just adds a little bit of extraness. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, what you can do is you can go back in with a darker green or a colored pencil, whatever you got, and you can go in and retrace you know, trace your numbers so they pop a bit. And what I mean by that is, let's do the 6. I'm just going to kind of go in. And I'm not going to do all of them, but just to kind of show you. And then you see how that makes that pop? So you got the darker. And you can just pick certain ones or all. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it all right now because, you know. But you can also, if it's easier for you, go back with your stencil. And you can line it up exactly where it is, where your stuff is. And go in and just real quick, give it a little trace. Trace in. Here we're tracing. Perfection is not needed. See, if you sing it like that, then it's just even funner. Or whatever word. If my daughter was here, I'm sure she would correct my grammar. There's nothing like your child correcting your grammar. Although maybe I'm the only one who gets that. Okay. So you know, you can do this, like I said, as an afterthought, or, you know, as I'm sitting here doing this. Also, let's put you there. You know, I can go in with the dark green and just fill some of that in. Just to kind of carry on some more of the stenciling. It doesn't matter. So you see how that does that? And then that makes that pop. You got that light green. You got the thing. It's good. Oh, good. So that's markers. Any kind of markers. Any kind of markers. All right? So we got a little stencil going on there. Now, let's take another one. I don't want to do anything too... Do you ever feel like your tongue is swollen? And I know, that sounds so odd. But my tongue feels swollen today. My husband would probably say, it's because you talk too much, girl. All right. So this is called it's called Bubbles from Angie's Antics. I'll put her link again down below. I'm going to lay it kind of like this. I'm going to take my molding paste, modeling paste, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick an old credit card in that's expired. Expired. I'm going to lay this bad boy down. I'm going to push it down so I can get good coverage. I'm going to watch my words, watch my girl, and I'm just taking it and I'm sliding it. And I'm sliding it and I'm sliding it. And then I'm going to slide it to the end, scrape off. I'm not worrying about getting a perfect, molding paste perfect in the bubble. It's just going to add some texture. Now you can see as let me just scrape my card off in my molding paste there. It doesn't have to be too thick. It doesn't have to make all these, big. Now you can make it thicker. You could take it and you can just make it thicker. See how much thicker I can make it? And if you did what I just did, which I'll show you in a momento. Okay, so let's just do that. We'll lift it up. Look how fun. I accidentally got some on my wording, so I'm going to just take my finger, because that's what I use. And I'm going to do like that. So anywhere I accidentally got a little bit of that on there, like the side of that page, I'm going to put back in there in my thing. All right. And of course that has to dry. But I'm going to take some over here. And I'm just going to go over very quickly. I'm going to scrape a little bit more of this onto my card. And I'm going to go over some of these numbers. Just very thinly. It doesn't matter. It's just going to add more texture. And it doesn't matter if you don't get it all. But then that carries that onto that. You see what I'm saying? It's very exciting. Now I'll just take my stencil and scrape off I don't clean my stencils off when I use paint. I am a pig that way. I just don't have time. I just don't have the patience or the time. I want to create and play. And that's like with this, I want to get done. So I wanted to show you guys a few different things and not keep you here all day. All right. So I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to put my modeling paste, molding paste, whatever you want to call it, away. I'm going to take my paper towel and my credit card thing, my scraper. And I'm going to wipe it so it doesn't, because I do have some that I've not wiped clean, and those are for different textures now because it just stayed like that. I'm going to wipe off my stencil. I know, this is so exciting. What'd you do today? I watched Kelly wipe her stencils. Oh, isn't that fun? Don't be hating. Appreciate. Don't hate. Because you'll be here when I go to use this one again and say, why didn't I wipe that off? Okay. Anyway, so there we go. So now we have some texture coming out. Now, let's say you want to do a spray. Let's say I teach you how to make sprays and you have a spray and we're going to do a spray with a stencil. Well, that's going to be kind of hard because it's kind of small, so we might have to do that on a different paper. But let me think here. Let me think. I'm going to use this. So let me show you, which I'm sure you guys know this already. I'm going to do this in between her legs, because who doesn't want big circles between their legs? And I'm going to use my paintbrush and use, you know, I don't say to go buy certain kind of paintbrushes or do anything to that effect. However, I do like for this kind of thing, and you don't need it for this, but like the little stencil brushes or the scruffy brushes. See how that is? It's like a little scruff. And because I'm going to do some of this turquoise blue that we used yesterday, I'm just going to put it there and do a little dab like that. I'm going to put this down and kind of run it so I can go over it. And I'm just going to dab. And I'm watching where my legs are so I don't go in the leg area. And I'm just adding some of this blue. And it doesn't have to be, I mean, you know the color is going to come up from underneath because we have a semi-permanent, or non-permanent really, spray under there. So we're just kind of giving a little bit more definition, a little bit more. And you watch the legs before you go, you know, when you go in and all that. And we're just going to kind of lift it up. And you see, I just put my hand in my little adjuster there. But do you see it? Just a little bit of something. And I'm going to do some right here. And I'm going to keep dipping because I want it more blue than I do adding the green. And I'm just going to go on the edge so it kind of gives us that outline. And this is just paint. Like I said, just the edge. And kind of hold your hand here. Now, one thing I really noticed recently, and I've been paying more mind to when I haven't really bought new brushes in a while, but you can see how thick this handle is. And I've been trying, when I do buy new brushes, to buy the thicker handle ones. I know Joann's has them. I'm sure everywhere has them. But I've been trying to, I'm just going to give that a quick scrape. Normally I'd have a piece of a journal, my journal opened, art journal opened, or a piece of paper, and I would just turn all these over and just kind of print the, the paint off in a sense. But I'm not going to do that now. But so I wanted a little bit of that down there. And again, to continue on, pick another stencil. You can do that. Or you can, where is my thing at? Oh, if I only knew where my thing was. All right, we'll use this. Yeah, excuse my big arm. All right. This can be any lid to anything. I'm going to just use my measuring cup here. But I'm going to stick the blue, and I'm going to just run it. Now you can put blue on your paper and just dip this in to make a circle. I'm not worried about it being too much of a circle, but I kind of want to, and it's only barely going on there. I don't want it too much that it messes. Just going to pull the blue, and I don't care that the words are there. I'm just going to paint, I'm just painting around it. Just kind of bringing a little bit of that blue in. Like I said, it doesn't have to be complete. But you know what? If you have a smaller lid and everything like that, then use that. Apparently, can't find mine. So we're just going to use this. And we could use this bottom part too, just as easily. But we're just bringing some of that blue in. And then we'll just lay him over here. And I think that's pretty good for now. I'm going to run a little bit of this blue. Now that that's dry from last night, a little bit of that blue in there. A little bit of texture for the fur. So then you still get that nice green underneath, but you get a little bit of the blue fur. And it's okay. I like the color coming through. Just adds a little bit of furriness. And then you're not wasting paint. You're getting the paint off. And that's good for that. Okay. Now, of course, you can use crayon. You can use whatever else you want to use. I see I have some molding paste in her hair here. Now, it's already starting to dry, so I got to take my non-existent fingernail and give it a little scrape. But that ain't going to hurt nothing. So, that is kind of where we're at now. The next time you see this, I will show you, and it will be all the way done. I'm going to throw another coat of yellow on here, or I might even make this black line a bit stronger rather than change the color. And I'm going to lightly brush on these, the molding paste that we put on. Don't forget to check down below this video. You hit description. There'll be links in there. There's going to be a link to find the recipes on my website for the molding paste and all that kind of thing. I have a great group on Facebook called All Things Creative. You'll find my link down below there to friend me on Facebook. And then just let me know that you want to be added to the group. I think, my God, I think we got like 11 new people within the last maybe a week or so. And then I'll show you this, when I'm all the way done. Like I said, this is pretty much it. I'm just going to lightly go over these, the molding paste when it's dry, do a little bit of touch up, paint some, a little bit more white in here, and then outline all her stuff in the black that I want, and do the lettering, and she's done. So we're ready to move on to the next thing. I've seen a lot of people in my group. I think Veronica's one of them, who's her name on here is Pattinson Fan, and a few others who have been doing different kind of dark girls and dark things and all that kind of stuff, which I love. I was originally going to start her off as a dark girl, but then I changed my mind and kind of went more as the odd girl. So that is about it. I want to thank you guys for being here. Keep your eyes open for a new giveaway, which will probably be out next week. And any questions, just leave them down below, or you can hit me up on Facebook. I don't mind. I try to answer everything that I can. And like I said, just go for it. And like I said, make these pastes because you'll save so much money, and you will find, I mean, there are so many things we can do with these pastes. And like I said, the fiber paste, the molding paste, gesso, I mean, all these things that you can make yourself that you don't have to go out and spend $20 on anything, you know. And school glue, I have so much school glue because I pick it up because I use it all the time. So that's it. Once I'm finished with this, I'll show y'all, and I'm very excited. And I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys hopefully again, maybe before the weekend ends. So as always, be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I love you all. Thanks, guys.